Good evening and welcome to Selective Sharpening. This slide refers to the Windows and Mac keys. Please note this video has been shot using a Mac, therefore use the Windows keys should you be using a Windows computer. Thank you. Evening all. This evening I'm going to show you how to sharpen an image for printing. Technique that I'm going to use high pass sharpening. But what I'm actually going to do with high pass sharpening is I'm going to apply more than one layer to the high pass sharpening, which will give you a very pronounced sharpening of your image when you send it off to the printers. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of my background layer, and as you can see, the background layer is a portrait. It was shallow depth of field, and the closest eye to the camera isn't focused and the furthest eye from the camera is out of focus, just effectively picking out the nose, the closest eye, and the mouth to the viewer. What I want to do now is sharpen the area whilst the rest of the area is left unsharpened. For example, the skin will not be sharpened. Well, let's start off by making a copy, and we will drag it down and make a copy to the icon beside the bin, and we're going to name it sharpening. What we're going to use for this is the filter menu at the top of the screen. So we select the filter, we select other, and we select high pass. What actually high pass does is high pass looks at the image and looks for the areas which are pronounced. For example, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, eyebrows, eyelashes, etc. Whilst you can see that in the background of the skin remains very much unselected. I've chosen a radius of 5. The radius is really down to how strong do you want the sharpening to be, or indeed how subtle you want it to be. A higher number for strength, a lower number for it to be softer. 5 will do us for this particular exercise. And what I'm then going to do is I'm going to choose a blend mode. The blend mode that we're going to choose here is overlay. We've applied it, and effectively at this stage we're applying it to the entire image. Perhaps some of the skin might be getting picked up, and I don't want that to happen. The other thing I want to do is I want to double the effect of the sharpening by making a copy of the sharpening layer. So if I drop that down and drop it into the copy icon, I now have effectively two sharpening. Just open this a wee bit. I've got two sharpening layers, and what I want to do is I want to combine the effect of these, and I hold down the command key on the Mac and press E, and what that does is it combines the effect of the two layers. In other words, there's a double whammy in terms of the sharpening. And the sharpening is sitting at the moment at 100%. Remember, we can adjust this opacity if we feel that the final output is too strong. What I'm going to actually do with this is I'm going to put a mask on it, and I'm going to use a brush only to brush in the areas where I want it to be sharp. So if I hold down the Alt key and press the mask icon, I will get a black mask. What that has done, it's removed the sharpening from the image, and we now have the ability to brush in the sharpening where we want the sharpening to be at that particular level that we have currently set. So if I select the brush tool and I start to just brush in the areas that I'm looking for the sharpening to be applied. And as you can see on the mask, what appears in white is where my sharpening will appear. I'm just going to go around the eyelashes and the iris of the eye. And if I go down and do brushing the lips. This eye is deliberately out of focus. There's no point in trying to apply sharpness to an effect that you wanted in the first place. It will just defeat the purpose of the image. Okay, so in this area, I just want to sharpen his lips, sharpen the eye, and sharpen that of the eyelashes and the eyebrow above. And what we now will see, if I turn it off and turn it on, you'll see that that sharpening effect has taken place. What we now do is we would flatten the image, and to flatten the image you would go to Layer, Flatten Image, and I normally would double click on our background and just name Sharpened for Print. And what actually happens is that whenever it's just to remind you that when you call this image back into your computer again at a later date, you know that the image has been sharpened for print and you won't go and try and sharpen the image again. That effectively is selective sharpening. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you will actually give it a go. And whenever you do get your images back from the printer, compare them with what you used to do versus this method. And I think you will find that they will be incredibly sharp as opposed to what you used to think was incredibly sharp.